It's the Action Figure Show! On today's show, the Action Figure of the Week, Larry's Classic Movie Review, Crazy Bootleg Action Figures, Viewer Phone Calls, Special Guest Geraldo, the latest action figure news, and more on the Action Figure Show. And now back from a recent 3 AM challenge at an abandoned Revco, it's that Junkman!
Welcome back everybody to the Action Figure Show. It's Friday, so, well, unless you're watching this on another day, we're back with the Action Figure Show where we give you some news on action figures, toys, not always just action figures, toys, stuff. What else do we give you? Sometimes movie news, not much. Figure of the week, we always look at that, look at some unreleased stuff. We just have a really good time here. We just have a lot of fun, talk about pop culture stuff, but mostly action figure related. And as you can see from the intro, my co-host, Larry J. Wampa, has returned. Last week he wasn't here. He had to take his, where is it you had to take your grandma?
I had to take my grandma to the rheumatologist. Yeah, it wasn't nothing serious, but you know, with the whole Cornelius virus and everything, the buses aren't running, and I tried to call a taxi cab and it never just show up.
Ah, I knew it was something like that. Well, I'm welcome to have you back. Last week we had Gangster Chewbacca taking his place, and nothing against Gangster Chewbacca, swell guy and everything. He means well, but he just has too much on his mind. He didn't prep for the show. He didn't call the guests to make sure they got here, and just didn't go off too well. I don't think anyway, but some of you guys really enjoy having him here. It's good to have something different.
Maybe we need to get someone.
What?
Maybe we need to get someone to place you one day.
Oh no, Larry, you better not replace me. So we always like to check in with Larry and see how his weekend was. Larry, tell us, how was your weekend?
It was a pretty good weekend. My Uncle Jimbo came down for the weekend, and he brought his daughter Tipido with him.
Oh, right, I remember you talking about her before. So what happened?
Well, my Uncle Jimbo, he caught her with one of those big 10-inch vibrators. You know what I'm talking about? One of those vibrators that's made to put on the back of your neck, but no one ever does.
Yeah, I think we all know what you're talking about, Larry.
Anyway, he asked her, Tipido, what are you doing with that thing? And she told him, she said, Daddy, I'm so ugly, I'll never have a boyfriend. I'll never have a husband. So the following night, Tipido came home and found her dad in the living room, sitting there in his lazy boy. In one hand, he had a can of Bud, and in the other hand, that big 10-inch vibrator. And she said, Daddy, what are you doing with that? And he looked up at her and said, I'm just having a beer with my son-in-law.
Larry's too much. Let's just get into action figure news. And this one's pretty cool news, and I think it's going to be the best action figure package I've seen in some time. I'm going to give it the package of the year. And we always have Super 7 news to talk about. Them guys always releasing something new. And are you a fan of the gospel rap group, Old Dirty Bastard? Well, if you are, you might love this action figure. It's an action figure based on him. And get this, the card art that he's attached to is based on his food stamp card. Take a look. This Super 7 Old Dirty Bastard 3.75-inch action figure will be released early next year. The card is based on the art from his album Return to the 36th Chamber. With a figure that size, it'll fit right at home with your Star Wars action figures. I need to put him in my Death Star playset, being he's the same size as the Star Wars figures. He look great together. Larry, are you a fan of Old Dirty Bastard?
Well, I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan or anything, but I do have his entire catalog on vinyl and CD. And in fact, when I first got online, back when I was on Prodigy, my username was Old Dirty Wampa.
That's great, Larry. That's great. I didn't know you were such a fan, Larry. Such a fan. More news. Hot toy news. Everyone loves when we do hot toy news, so let's get at it. Are you a fan of Spider-Man? What about the newest Spider-Man from Into the Universe? Well, this figure's not from there, but it is from the video game of Spider-Man that has the same character. No, it's not Peter Parker. He's long gone, I guess. Now it's Miles Morales. Miles Morales. That's what it says here. Anyway, Hot Toys is releasing a figure of him, and he comes with something extra. Check it out. The Miles Hot Toy action figure, being released in 2021, comes with Spider Cat. Meow, it's Spider Cat. I'm sure you Spider-Man fans out would love to get that. Not just a hot toy of Miles, but Spider Cat. Larry, do you love Spider Cat?
Well, I can't say I love Spider Cat, but I sure do love some spider pussy.
Larry, it's a family show. Family show. Larry, sorry about that. Now let's talk about the action figure of the week. I think you'll enjoy this one, especially if you're into army building. Now there was a company that released these action figures, and I'll know this is figure of the week, but it's actually 5 figures because it all came on one card, so I counted it as one figure. Let's take a look at it. The Air Raider figure Battle Squad came with 5 figures on one card. This 1987 Hasbro line might not have changed the world of toys, but they sure did know how to sell a new toy line to kids. Give them 5 figures at once at the same price. And what a great way for army building. Oh, how I wish Hasbro would do this with the Star Wars line. Can you imagine getting 5 Star Wars Stormtroopers all on a card for the same price of one figure? That would be epic. And don't worry, the bad guys got 5 figures also in their set, but we're just looking at the good guys for this figure of the week. 5, can you believe it? 5 figures on one card. Is that shitting when I do figure of the week, or should it be figures of the week? Figures of the week. Okay, what else we got here? We done that one, and we did that one. Larry, what's next?
If my personal psyche isn't trying to rip me off, then I believe it's time to talk about some bootleg action figures.
Yes, we're gonna look at bootleg action figures from around the world. You heard me right, bootleg figures from around the world. This is, I guess, bootleg figures or sometimes just generic rip-off figures. So let's start with everyone's favorite. Everybody loves the Ninja Turtles. I don't know anyone out there who's not a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. And anytime does something that's a hit, somebody's going to try to rip it off and cash in. And that's just what this toy company did. But instead of releasing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they released Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoise. Not a very far leap there, but check this out. A Tortoise bootleg action figure. That's crazy. Sometimes these bootleg figures are better than the original figures. I don't collect Ninja Turtles, but if I saw this, I would pick it up. Let's see what's next here. Where are we at now? This might be the strangest of the strange. Strange of all the toys. This is the strangest of the strange. That's what I'm trying to say there. What's that?
If you plan to be a personal speaker, don't quit your day job.
Oh, come on, Larry. Come on. We all have troubles at times. It's a live show. I can't edit it out. But take this. Take a Rambo type machine gun. Take He-Man's axe. Remember He-Man came with an axe? Take that. Take the A-Team band. Take a Mr. T action figure. And take some Chips police light. Mix them all together, and what do you got? This strange thing. Look at this. Is real. This isn't some Photoshop thing I made up for this video. This is real. Google it. It's a van that's has a Mr. T head coming out of the top of it and Mr. T arms. I don't understand. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of crazy things. This is one for the ages. If they ever did a bootleg Hall of Fame, this will be in it. Ooh, let's see what else we got now. Okay, Spider-Man. We talked about Spider-Man a minute ago, and I know you guys love Spider-Man, so I'm sure you're going to love this. Spider-Man. I guess it's Spider-Man's cousin. Or maybe he got bitten by a radioactive James Spader. It's Spider-Man. Now that's an MCU movie I would love to see. What else we got? Did we do that one? Yeah, okay. Oh, Rambo. Remember Rambo? Action figure line? Rambo was a huge hit, especially the Rambo movie. First Blood was a hit, but Rambo, all the kids, everyone was talking about Rambo. So you know someone tried to rip it off. Check out this figure here. It looks like it might be Rambo's missing chromosome cousin. Check this. This is just weird looking, right? And it's called Adventure Man. They didn't even try to rhyme it with Rambo or use that name. Adventure Man. I tell you, it's Larry, what?
They should have named it Waterhead Man.
Larry. Sometimes he just goes too far. You're not Todd the alien. Okay, say the inappropriate jokes for Todd, who's coming up later in this show. Is that a look at all the bootleg? Huh? Let's see here. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. What is scarier than Nightmare on Elm Street? Freddy Krueger. Is anything scarier? Yeah, Nightmare on 2nd Street. Check this out. He's wearing a striped sweater. That's hard to say. He has razor claws. He has a hat. He has everything Freddy has. But his name is Fetty. Fetty. Fetty Wooger. Right here. The best thing about this Fetty figure, probably the scariest, he's wearing women's shoes. Man, I screwed that line up, didn't I? He's wearing look at that, women's shoes. Who does he think he is? Larry? I'm missing this. Oh, Larry, help me out here.
This bootleg action figure based on Freddy Krueger called Fetty is wearing women's shoes.
Thank you, Larry. I'm getting tongue-tied more than usual. I'm stepping on my own jokes here. Oh well. Let's get back to some action figure news. And this is for the Star Wars fans. We got a lot of Star Wars news. And if you're a fan of the Black Series figures,
hey, Junkman, why do they call them Black Series figures?
No, I don't know why they call them Black Series figures. That is a good question, Larry. I really don't know. Do you guys know why they call it Black Series? I don't know why they call it the Black Series. But if you're a fan of the Bad Bunch, not the Brady Bunch, I wish they would do a line of Black Series Brady Bunch action figures, but sadly they haven't done one yet, the Bad Bunch. So if you're a fan of the Bad Bunch, check these out. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not sure who the Bad Bunch is, and I'm not sure who any of these characters are. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you about each one, because I just don't know. I guess I could make up something, or maybe I could spend my time researching it, but I'm too lazy. Do you like that? Do you like those Black Series figures? Well, there's more coming. If you enjoy black stuff, if you enjoy action figures, if you enjoy The Mandalorian, I think you'll really dig these Mandalorian Black Series action figures. Here we go. Now, I know the name of these figures because I watched The Mandalorian. First up, we have that chicken salesman. That really doesn't look anything like the character. It looks more like something from a Seth MacFarlane cartoon. And then we have the little Ugnut from the show. And best of all, an Apollo Creed action figure with a gun. Apollo Creed action figure with a gun. Say that again. Apollo Creed action figure with a gun. Now, I always said Ugnut, but I think it's Ugnot. I think y'all people's correct. Now, see, when I was a kid growing up, we saw these names, but we didn't hear anyone say them. So I would say Ugnot or Ugnut, and it was just stuck. I say Nignum, but I think it's Nagnum now that I got a little older. From Raiders, I would say Tote. I would say Tot, and I'm thinking now it's Tote. Maybe I'm so confused, it might be the other way around. And of course, we all said AT-AT. We all said AT-AT. I know you're out there going to say, it's not an AT-AT, it's an ATST. It's not, it's an AT-AT. Okay, I guess both. It's like saying Mario or Mario. One's stupid, one's right, but I guess they both can be said. You say tomatoes, and I say tomatoes. But it's AT-AT. When I was a kid, it's always AT-AT. I know what you're also saying. If you say AT-AT, how do you pronounce it? ATST. Astit. Hate that. Hate that. I think people just don't know how the words work. And I'm not one that's here and talk about how to speak. I'm not really good at speaking and saying words. But I know a difference between an anagram and an initialism. That's the difference. If there's a word that you can say, you say it. If you can't say it, you spell it. Am I right, Larry? Fill them in, Larry.
Glad to, Junkman. An acronym is made up of parts of the phrase it stands for and is pronounced as a word, such as AIDS. Initialism is an anagram that is pronounced as individual letters, such as DNA.
Damn right, Larry, damn right. It's AT-AT. You say AT-AT. Anyway, let's take a break. We'll be right back after this special... Let's take a break. Be right back after this special announcement.
You know, this hotline's a great idea.
Star Wars, may the force be with you. Yes, all available at Kmart. Thanks for calling. Could you answer a phone, please?
It's all fun.
Barbie Hotline, can I help you? Yes, we do have Dentist Barbie.
Open?
Yes. Lego, if you build it, they will come.
I built it, they came.
It's Kmart's Toy Mania, where you can build your kids' collections of the hottest toys at Kmart's low prices.
Taking a coffee break.
For what?
Coffee! This holiday, there's a better way to save. Kmart.
No, it's not Barbie. It's actually me.
Well, welcome back to the Action Figures Show. Did I tell you who we got coming up on the show today? You're going to love this one, especially if you love great music. We got Geraldo. You might know him best from his hit song, Rico Suave. Rico Chavez. Chavez or Cheve? I don't know. I hadn't heard the song since 1991, so I'm not really sure there. But he's coming up on the show. It's going to be really great. We're gonna have tacos when he gets done. Is that racist to say? Well, he brought the tacos. I can't really. If you say that's racist or stereotyping, hey, that's on Geraldo. He's the one that brought the tacos with him. Yeah. What kind of tacos are they?
They're from Del Taco.
Phew, yeah. Del Taco. A lot better than Taco Bell. So, Larry's going to do a movie review. A few weeks ago, Larry did a review of the 80s hit Footloose. Wasn't a big fan of it, but today he's back and he's going to take a look at one of the 80s classic movies, one of the most famous classic movies of the 80s, Ghostbusters. Larry never saw it, but he did get a chance to see it over the weekend. He sat down and wrote a little review for it, and he's going to tell us his thoughts on Ghostbusters. Now, Larry, who are you going to call?
Well, I guess I'm going to have to call the Goliath Ghostbusters, because that's what I saw, and that's the movie I'm going to be reviewing tonight.
Well, I'm eager to hear this, Larry. Give us your review of Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is a movie about 4 friends that are not afraid of any ghost. When Bill Murray has to stay overnight at a haunted firehouse in order to inherit his uncle's fortune, he asks the help of his friends. The movie is a mixture of horror and humor, but both are very light. There are only 2 scary scenes. One that takes place early in the film in a bookstore, and the other one takes place in a subway tunnel. As for humor, there's a lot of attempts at that, but not many of them land. In fact, when writing up this review, I could not think of one funny thing to talk about. The movie has a huge fan base, and their love for this film has made this movie more loved than it should be. It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's a mediocre movie with an okay plot. It's not as funny or as fun as the fans have told you. It's a good movie to watch on Sunday when you're washing your clothes. Even the die-hard fans will agree that it's not as good as the recent remake, so save your money and rent the remake. I give Ghostbusters 3 out of 10 ghosts.
I understand what you're saying, Larry. Just hope everybody else does. Let's get back to some action figure news. Are you a fan of the television show The Boys? I've never seen it, but they teased an action figure coming out. Let's take a look. Mancam teased their upcoming action figure line, The Boys. We only saw the back of one figure, Homelander, posted on their company's Instagram page. At this time, there's been no details of the action figure line or when you will be able to order them. That looks really cool right there. I might have to check that show out. If that action figure looks that good, the show has to look even better. Now, are you a fan of displaying your action figures? Are you a little upset at the lack of play sets or good play sets? Do you like to stand up your action figures and take pictures of them? Well, there's a company that makes just play sets. It's really good if you want to take pictures of action figures or if you still want to play with them. Anyway, they got 2 new ones added to their line. Check it out. The toy company, Ready Sets, is releasing 2 new playsets for your figures. Let your figures get a fright with this Haunted Mansion playset, or go to war in this military outpost. Again, these are really great for anyone looking to display figures or set up scenes to take photos of. That looks really cool right there. Now let's get back to Spider-Man news. We got a lot of Spider-Man news on this one here. Who's making this one? Marvel Legends has come out with a Spider-Man action figure line based on Into the Universe. Talked about that earlier for a hot toy. And now we finally get some Into the Universe Spider-Man figures. And they got them all. Check them out. And here they are. We got the main Spider-Man. We got the cartoon Spider-Man. We have the girl Spider-Man. We got them all. This figure line here is going to be great. I really enjoyed this Spider-Man movie, so it's cool to have the figures. Now here's some more news moving away from action figures. But this is pretty cool and I think you'll enjoy it too. There's a Star Wars hotel coming to Disney, to the Star Wars theme park. And now you can have a hotel room that looks a lot like somewhere in Star Wars. Check it out. These photos here, I don't know why they have a cartoon guy animated into them. I don't know, it's kind of silly looking. But anyway, here's a look at the upcoming Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel. Now you can sleep in a bed and feel like an admiral aboard an Imperial starship. Whew, that's awesome. And I'm sure it's gonna run you about $600 a night. Whew, what we doing now? Larry, what we gonna do? Take some calls?
We asked the viewers to call into our number, and they did, so let's take a listen.
Gangster, where's Wax Han Solo? Or Harrison Ford, whatever his name was.
Well, dog, the polite way to say it is retired. He just wasn't really working out with the show, didn't really connect with the fans.
Okay, well you're taking over for his place right now, so patch some phone calls in. Let's take a listen to them.
Hi, is this Hungry Larry's Pizza? I heard that you guys make Wampa-sized pizzas. Yeah, we'd like to order a large, well, I guess we get a Wampa size since we got a lot of Wampas coming over. So yeah, let's get a Wampa-sized pizza with pepperoni and cheese, and I guess you can throw a little bit of tauntaun on there. Some ground tauntaun would be pretty cool. Hey, Junkman, it's John over at the Super Awesome Geek Show.
Who would call a show just a prankle? Larry, it's a prank call.
That was very offensive. How would this guy like it if I called him up and asked him to make me a hot dog made from his mother's skin? Or ask him if he'd make a doorknob cover for me made out of his dad's scrotum?
Let's try another one. Gangster, put another call through.
Sorry, dog, let's try this caller here.
Hey, Junkman. It's Chris Caldwell.
Well, that was very insightful. Chewy, we got anything back there that's not a prank call?
Sorry about that. It's just very hard to screen all these. So let's go with this one right here.
Okay, patch that one through. Let's listen to this one. Cross your fingers.
Hey, Junkman. It is your...
Chewy, what's going on?
Sorry, dog, I'm sorry. One more try, let's try. This is gonna be a good one, I got a feeling. Caller number 9.
Okay, hopefully this one's a lot better. Let's see.
Alright, try it one more time. Hey, Junkman, it's your biggest fan, Chris Caldwell. What is the most expensive Star Wars vintage item you've ever bought? Larry Wampa, when do I get my gift basket? Thanks.
The most expensive figure I paid for. Well, I got a hot toy I bought a couple months ago. That's probably the most I paid for an action figure. You know, I really hadn't paid that lot for a lot of stuff I got in the 90s, which is a lot cheaper than they are today. I don't really think I got anything that I really paid an outrageous price for. Like I said, unless it's a hot toy. I guess the most I ever paid for an action figure was I have a yak face. I don't even remember how much I paid for. I remember how I got it. Ain't that weird? I can have a yak face and not even remember getting it. I do know I paid like $120 for Amanda Man back in the 90s. But I took some stuff back to Toys R Us, got some Jeffrey Bucks and traded it and all that. So I didn't feel like it really was real money, you know what I'm saying? What about you, Larry? What's the most expensive toy you bought?
I once paid $11 for a Series 1 Deanna Troi action figure.
That is a lot of money, Larry. A lot of money. We'll be right back after this.
Tuesday, the A-Team is gunning to protect high-fashion models.
You kidding me, sucker?
The A-Team. Then the Riptide guys are undercover lifeguards.
Oh, boy.
But they're plunging into deadly waters. And Remington Steele has some hot new clients.
Really?
But will they make Remington lose his grip?
Tuesday.
Welcome back to the Action Figures Show. Believe it or not, we're almost done. But coming up at the end of the show, we got one of the most successful rappers ever, Geraldo. He's going to sing his big hit from the 90s. I think you'll really enjoy that. One of his many big hits from the 90s, I should say. But I got to check in with Larry, because I don't know if you've noticed throughout this video, I noticed more backstage when you're getting ready for the show is, Larry, you seem kind of down in the dumps, man. You seem like something's wrong. Everything okay? Everything okay at home? You and your girlfriend, you and your mom, everything else going good?
Thanks for asking, Junkman. And I'll be completely honest with you. My girlfriend that I was seeing for a couple of months, she left me for somebody else.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I knew you'd been seeing somebody, but I didn't realize things were going south, as they say.
Yep, it looks like a lobster, and I guess I'll never flounder again.
Did I just fall for a dumb joke?
Yep, sadly, some little shrimp lured her away. Guess he wrapped his line around her and they drove off in his cart.
Is that it? Are we done?
I tell you, she was the best thing I ever had. Now my life has no purpose. Oh my God, I loved her so much.
Thank you, Larry. I don't give a carp. See, I can play the game also. Now it's time for Alien Todd with his inappropriate joke of the week.
You know, a pair of gold chains would make a great retirement gift for an old slave.
I think Alien Todd has gone too far this time. That is an inappropriate joke of the week. Before you complain, I didn't say that joke. I didn't write that joke. I didn't say that joke. Alien Todd did. That is... Larry, can you believe he said that in this day and age?
It makes me want to octopus his face in.
Sorry about that, guys. That was too much. But he is the inappropriate stand-up comic. So, you know what you get when you put him on the show, I guess. So, in a way, I guess it is my fault. Sorry about that. Let's liven up the show now and bring out the special guest, Geraldo. No, not Geraldo, not the guy with the big mustache that likes to look inside people's vaults. I'm talking about the 90s rapper, Geraldo. And he's going to sing his...
Junkman.
Yeah, Larry, what?
Geraldo left. He was so offended by that joke, he got mad and stormed off.
No. He left just like that?
Just like that. And he took his tacos with him.
Oh, and he took his tacos? Thanks a lot, Todd. Well, that's news right there. Kind of a short show today, isn't it? Larry, we didn't even really do any skits. I think we let people down with this episode.
Well, we can't do skits every episode, but I think this was a very good episode. I really enjoyed doing this one.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully it was still entertaining to you guys. We kind of got slack on this one, I think. Wasn't much news out there. Not many skits in this one like the last one. So hopefully you still had a good time. I think that's it. Larry, anything else you want to add?
Oh, I swordfish she'd come back to me by now. If she did, I'd show her a whale of a time.
Larry, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I don't want you to go into a state of shark. This is the kind of entertainment you get on the Action Figure Show. Well, that's it. That's the end of the show right here. Don't forget, we're giving away a free t-shirt over on our social media account. On the Twitter one, anyway. If you retweet, go there. You'll see where to retweet and all that. The Action Fig Show on Twitter. The Action Figure Show on Instagram. We don't have a Facebook yet, but we got the Junkman Facebook group. Have a lot of fun over there. And that is it. We are done with the Action Figure Show. That's it. Come back next Friday for the next episode.
He wrapped his line